Hey guys, welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and I have a little bit of a confession to make. I just saw Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, I'm a Harry Potter fan. How can I call myself a Harry Potter fan and not see this movie? So this video is coming out at a weird time, completely random, and I apologize for that. The fact is, I am a Harry Potter fan. I was introduced to Harry Potter through the movies, but then I eventually did read the books, and by read the books, I mean actually listen to the audiobooks. Oh my god, the books are far better than the movies. I absolutely loved listening to them, and I almost feel like I want to re-listen to them. I'm trying to find time to re-listen to them, because they are fantastic books. It really surprised me at how amazing those books are. Especially because I was introduced through the movies, and I thought the movies were amazing. And then I saw the books. Oh my god. Such fantastic work. Such fantastic work. And then they started doing prequels called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The first movie was really, really good. I really liked the character of Newt. I really liked the creatures and animals of the world, and them just ending up being on the streets of, where were they, New York. I thought it was fun. It was fun and entertaining, a fun ride to watch through that movie. Then we have Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, when this movie came out, when the trailers came out, I was super hyped for it. I wanted to see it. It was on the top of my list. But the fact is, I wanted to see it with my dad. My dad is really the only Harry Potter fan in our family besides me. I mean, I'm actually more of a Star Wars guy than a Harry Potter guy. Dad's the Harry Potter guy more than the Star Wars guy, though he likes Star Wars too. And my dad can't go to movies very much, so as time went by, we just kind of forgot this movie existed. Oops. And eventually, almost a year went by and we never saw this movie. And then I was watching the Harry Potter video the other day, and because it's almost been a year, they didn't do a spoiler alert, so I learned what the first 5 minutes of the Crimes of Grindelwald were gonna be, which wasn't really a surprise. But anyway, I eventually decided, you know what, while watching that video, oh my god, I paused it and said, Dad, you want to watch Crimes of Grindelwald? And that's what we did on I think it was our Thursday night that we watched that. Fantastic movie, by the way. I really enjoyed it. Now, a lot of people give it poor reviews, and I'm gonna really share my thoughts and opinions on it. Does it deserve the bad reviews? I don't think it does. However, I do understand why it gets those reviews. And granted, I'm gonna give this movie about 7 out of 10 stars myself, which is about a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, 3 stars out of 5. If you really want to go by numbers, then about 7 out of 10. And there are reasons why. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and review Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, what's really interesting is who they have playing Grindelwald. They have the fantastic Johnny Depp, most well known for his role of Jack in Pirates of the Caribbean. My god, love Johnny Depp. And I've watched a lot of Johnny Depp movies, I have. The fact is, other than Pirates of the Caribbean, I haven't really seen anything that truly has captured his style. He really has kind of a style, and he does some roles that just capture it better than others. Other than Captain Jack, I really haven't seen a role that has just captured what Johnny Depp is as a character. I haven't seen that until I saw Grindelwald. What he was able to bring to the character of Grindelwald really sold to me what this character is about, how gruesome, kind of a little silly, but mostly how much of a threat he really is, which is great for me because for me the threat's always been he who must not be named, Voldemort. Voldemort. Yes, Voldemort has always been the biggest villain of Harry Potter to me, and every time I heard Grindelwald, I thought of, oh great, someone who was trying to be evil. Could he really be more evil than Voldemort? I didn't think so. Until I saw him in this movie. I mean, even in the first movie, I didn't really get the sense of how evil this guy was. In this movie, we get to see that, and what he was able to do, what Johnny Depp brought to this character, really sold to me how this character works, and I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it. Now, Newt. It's really interesting. I almost think Grindelwald is the main character of this movie, and Newt's kind of like the side adventure, which a lot of people could see that as a problem. And I kind of agree, because this is Fantastic Beasts 2. Isn't it supposed to be Newt's story, not Grindelwald's? Granted, it's called The Crimes of Grindelwald, but I don't know. Newt kind of seemed like a second adventure story more than the main character, more than the main story, which I guess could rub some people the wrong way. For me, I wanted more of Grindelwald, and in fact, if you cut out almost all of what Newt was, except for Newt and Dumbledore, of course, then I think I would be just fine with it, because I really, really did enjoy Mr. Grindelwald himself. Johnny Depp did an amazing job on that note. Now, as for the rest of the characters, I really, really liked, I can't remember his name, but the guy with the mustache, kind of chubbier, kind of shorter, and his girlfriend. In the first movie, I don't know their names. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, but here's pictures of them so you know who I'm talking about. These two I loved in the first movie, and in this movie, they just seem like side notes. They just seem like they're there just to have some sort of connection and get people back into the seats, into the theaters. I really didn't see any attention really on these two characters at all until like the very end, when of course she goes with Grindelwald, which of course is a spoiler review, but she goes with Grindelwald, and of course he is really saddened by that. Other than that, Dumbledore. We didn't get any real Dumbledore in this movie at all, and some people will say that's a bad thing. I kind of like the fact that we kept the focus on Grindelwald, and of course, that kid, I can't remember the kid's name either, but this character, he was in the first movie as well. He's the one with that weird creature inside of him that, comes out and destroys everything. The fact is, I really enjoyed those two characters. I like the fact that we paid attention to those two characters more, but I have to say this. There should have been more Dumbledore in this movie, and there really, really wasn't. Finally, let's get to the last of it. The fact is, this movie feels like a setup for the next, and it shouldn't. Look, every single sequel should always feel like a setup for the next movie, but at the same time, a movie should be a closed book on itself, right? This movie gives you a really huge cliffhanger, and it doesn't feel like, I never felt like this was a complete story. I felt like this was the beginning, the middle, and it's missing the end of the movie. And of course the end of the movie is going to be in the next movie, but it shouldn't be like that. There should be a beginning, a middle, and end, and then a setup for another movie. It shouldn't be beginning, middle, setup for another movie. There needs to be an ending, and this movie doesn't really feel like it has an ending. Because of that, that's why I dropped it. No Dumbledore, very little newt, and basically no ending. Basically no ending at all. It just kind of drops and stops suddenly. Like, you know, at the very end, Dumbledore gets his handcuffs taken off, and I thought, oh right, this is awesome, we are ready to roll. And then they cut to black. I'm not kidding, that's basically what they did. I feel like when Dumbledore got his cuffs taken off, that should have been the starts to the final act of the movie. And we never got there. But frankly, other than that, I enjoyed this movie. I really think it is a great movie. And I understand why a lot of people don't think it's a great movie. I feel like there are really good reasons why this is kind of known as the worst Harry Potter movie that has ever come out. At the same time, I don't think it deserves as much hate as it got, because it is a compelling story, and I really did enjoy it, and I can't wait for more. I can't wait to see the next Fantastic Beasts movie. But this movie really did need a good ending, and it didn't really have that. And the fight at the end feels like that should have just been in the middle. That should have been the middle fight, and then something else. But that's all we got. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, are down in the comments below. And I'm out. Bye.